The debate has raged for decades among Dragon Ball fans. Two fusions born from the same warriors, Goku and Vegeta, yet created through different methods. Vegito, the Potara fusion using Supreme Kai earrings. Gogeta, the Metamoran fusion dance warrior. Both wielding godlike power, both representing the absolute peak of Saiyan strength. The question haunts every discussion. Which fusion stands as the ultimate warrior? Today, we're exploring what would happen if these two titans actually fought. The foundations, Potara versus Fusion Dance. Vegito emerged during the Buu saga when Goku and Vegeta used the Potara earrings given by Elder Kai. The ancient Supreme Kai had been sealed in the Z-Sword for countless generations, and his knowledge of Potara fusion proved crucial in the battle against Buu. The technique requires each warrior to wear one earring on opposite ears. Once worn, they're pulled together like magnets, instantly fusing into a single being. The process demands no practice, no synchronization, no specific movements. Just put on the earrings and the fusion happens automatically. This simplicity makes Potara significantly easier to execute than the fusion dance, eliminating the risk of producing a failed fusion during critical moments. Elder Kai emphasized that fusing two exceptionally powerful fighters yields extraordinary power. Specifically noted that because Goku and Vegeta are rivals who push each other to greater heights, their fusion produces exceptional results. The dynamics between the two warriors contributes to the fusion's strength, though the exact mechanics of this remain a topic of discussion among fans. Official guidebooks, including Daisenshu 7, confirm that Potara produces greater power than the fusion dance. The guidebook explicitly states that after merging, the power is greater than with Fusion Dance. Elder Kai directly told Goku that the Potara has a greater effect than the Metamoran technique. These statements come directly from the source material and establish a power difference between the two methods. The fusion initially appeared permanent. Elder Kai warned Goku that once fused, they could never separate. Dragon Ball Super later clarified the full mechanics. Potara fusion only remains permanent when a Supreme Kai participates. For mortals, the fusion lasts 1 hour. Additionally, excessive power consumption can shorten this duration dramatically, as Vegito Blue discovered against fused Zamasu when the fusion ended well before the hour expired. Gogeta represents the Metamoran fusion dance, a technique Goku learned from the inhabitants of Metamor while training in the afterlife. The Metamorans developed this fusion technique as part of their warrior culture, creating a method that allowed warriors to combine their strength through precise coordination. The dance requires perfect synchronization between participants. Both warriors must match their power levels exactly, perform identical movements in perfect mirror symmetry, and touch fingertips at precisely the right moment. Any deviation produces a weakened, deformed fusion like the fat or skinny versions seen when Goku and Vegeta attempted the dance. These failed fusions retain consciousness but possess severely reduced power and limited mobility, making them vulnerable rather than helpful in combat situations. The fusion dance demands that the stronger warrior lower their power to match their partner. When Goku and Vegeta fuse into Gogeta, one must reduce his strength to match the other's level. This requirement affects the fusion's base power. The technique then creates a combined warrior from both fighters at that equalized level. The fusion lasts approximately 30 minutes, though extreme power usage can reduce this duration, as demonstrated when Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks could only maintain fusion for about 5 minutes due to the transformation's energy drain. Gogeta first appeared in the 1995 movie Fusion Reborn, facing the reality-warping demon Janemba. This version existed outside Dragon Ball's main canon for 23 years. Gogeta returned in Dragon Ball GT to fight Omega Shenron as a Super Saiyan 4. The fusion didn't become officially canonical until Dragon Ball Super Broly in 2018. Canonical appearances and context. Vegito's first appearance came against Super Buu after the monster absorbed Gotenks, Piccolo, and Ultimate Gohan. This version of Buu represented the saga's most powerful antagonist. Ultimate Gohan, the strongest unfused fighter at that point, had been completely outclassed. Super Saiyan 3, Goku admitted he couldn't defeat this Buu even at full power. Base Vegito dominated Buu effortlessly. The fusion didn't need Super Saiyan to completely control the fight. He caught Buu's planet-destroying energy ball and kicked it into space like it was nothing more than a toy. When Buu tried attacking with everything in his arsenal, Vegito casually dodged or blocked every strike. The monster's attacks, which had overwhelmed Ultimate Gohan moments earlier, proved completely ineffective. The fusion deliberately held back, toying with Buu to frustrate him. This strategic approach served multiple purposes, testing Buu's capabilities while setting up the plan to get absorbed. Only when Buu started becoming genuinely desperate did Vegito transform into Super Saiyan, escalating his dominance even further. Super Vegito made Buu look completely helpless. The monster who absorbed 4 of Earth's strongest warriors couldn't land a single effective hit. Vegito's strategy involved getting absorbed intentionally to rescue his friends and family trapped inside Buu. The plan worked, though the fusion ended after entering Buu's body. The diffusion inside Buu created confusion that persisted for years. In the original series, characters attributed it to Buu's strange internal environment. Dragon Ball Super later established that Potara fusion for mortals has a 1-hour time limit, which adds another layer to understanding what happened. Both explanations exist in the canon, though the exact reason for Vegito's diffusion inside Buu remains a subject where fans reference both the environmental factors mentioned in Z and the time limit mechanics established in Super. Dragon Ball Super brought Vegito back against fused Zamasu during the Future Trunks arc. Goku Black and Future Zamasu had proven overwhelming opponents. Future Zamasu possessed immortality from a wish on the Super Dragon Balls. When they fused using Potara earrings, the resulting warrior combined godly power with partial immortality and Goku Black's Saiyan abilities. Gowasu explained the Potara rules. Fusion only lasts 1 hour for mortals. Goku and Vegeta fused immediately upon receiving the earrings. Vegito instantly transformed into Super Saiyan Blue, creating Vegito Blue for the first time. The fusion overwhelmed fused Zamasu from the start. Vegito easily dispersed Zamasu's Holy Wrath attack and proceeded to dominate the battle. The Spirit Sword impaled Zamasu, proving his Goku Black half remained mortal. However, the fusion diffused well before an hour passed. Supreme Kai-Shin noted it hadn't been an hour yet. Gawasu explained that Super Saiyan Blue's immense power consumption exceeded what the Potara fusion could sustain. The energy expenditure caused premature diffusion, demonstrating that while Potara provides superior power, that very power creates instability under extreme conditions. Gogeta's canonical debut happened in Dragon Ball Super Broly. Broly's transformation pushed him beyond anything Goku or Vegeta could handle individually. Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta fighting together couldn't match Broly's overwhelming power and continuously increasing strength. Goku used instant transmission to escape with Vegeta to a remote location. Piccolo coached them through the fusion dance steps. The first attempt failed, creating the fat, weakened version. The second attempt also failed when their postures didn't match perfectly, producing the scrawny version. Only on the third attempt did they successfully fuse into Gogeta. The fusion emerged in base form, immediately demonstrating incredible speed and power that surpassed both Goku and Vegeta individually. Base Gogeta briefly engaged with Broly as the legendary Super Saiyan's power continued rising, dodging attacks with precision and demonstrating superior technique and combat awareness. The fusion's movements showed the combined battle experience of both warriors. When the battle intensified and Broly powered up further, pushing his strength to new heights, Gogeta transformed into Super Saiyan. The transformation shifted the battle decisively in his favor. Super Saiyan Gogeta dominated Broly completely, landing combinations that the legendary Super Saiyan couldn't counter. The fusion maintained composure throughout, smiling and enjoying the battle while systematically overwhelming his opponent. The fight escalated when Broly powered up to his Super Saiyan full power form. Gogeta responded by transforming into Super Saiyan Blue. The clash between Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta and Super Saiyan Full Power Broly shattered dimensions, with their battle breaking through reality itself before returning to Earth. Gogeta defeated Broly using a combination of techniques, including Stardust Breaker and Meteor Explosion, then prepared to finish him with a Kamehameha. Broly's allies used the Dragon Balls to wish him to safety before the fusion could deliver the final blow. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe if you're finding value in this analysis. The hypothetical confrontation. When we examine these two fusions fighting each other, several factors become critical. First, official sources confirm Potara produces greater power than the fusion dance when using the same components. Elder Kai's statement and guidebook materials both support this. Second, the fusion dance requires the stronger warrior to lower their power to match their partner, which affects the base power available for transformation. Third, time limits and fusion stability play crucial roles in determining outcomes. In a direct fight between Vegito and Gogeta, both starting in their base forms, Vegito holds the power advantage. The The Potara fusion multiplies the full power of both Goku and Vegeta without requiring either to suppress their strength. The fusion dance requires power level equalization, meaning Gogeta starts from a comparatively lower base than Vegito. The statements from source material confirm this difference, establishing that Potara fusion yields greater strength from the same components. However, power alone doesn't determine victory. The time limit becomes the deciding factor. Vegito's fusion lasts 1 hour for mortals, but this duration decreases dramatically when using powerful transformations. Against fused Zamasu, Vegito Blue lasted only a fraction of the full hour due to energy drain. Gogeta's fusion lasts approximately 30 minutes, though powerful transformations can reduce this as well, similar to how Super Saiyan 3 drastically shortened Gotenks' fusion time. If Vegito and Gogeta fought at their maximum levels both as Super Saiyan Blue, the battle would be intense and spectacular. Vegito would hit harder and possess superior raw power based on the mechanics of Potara fusion. His strikes would carry more force, his energy attacks would pack more destructive potential, and his overall combat capability would exceed Gogeta's due to the fusion method advantage. Gogeta would need to survive long enough for Vegito's fusion to expire, requiring exceptional defensive skills and tactical awareness. The question becomes whether Gogeta could withstand Vegito's assault for the duration needed, given that Vegito Blue diffuses relatively quickly under intense combat conditions. This creates a race against time where Vegito must finish the fight before his fusion stability fails. In base form or lower Super Saiyan levels, Vegito maintains clear superiority. The power gap from the fusion method itself gives Vegito the edge. Both fusions possess incredible technique and fighting instinct from combining Goku and Vegeta's combat experience, but the raw power difference would likely prove decisive in Vegito's favor if the battle concluded quickly. In Super Saiyan Blue forms, the fight becomes more complex. Both fusions reach God-tier power. Vegito still holds the power advantage according to fusion mechanics, but the margin becomes less overwhelming because the transformation itself provides such an astronomical multiplier. More critically, Vegito's time limit becomes severely restricted. If Gogeta can survive the initial onslaught and fight strategically, he could potentially outlast Vegito's fusion. The most likely outcome sees Vegito dominating the fight through superior power, but diffusing before achieving victory. Gogeta survives through durability and tactical fighting rather than overwhelming strength. This mirrors their respective battles. Vegito couldn't finish fused Zamasu before diffusing, while Gogeta nearly defeated Broly but required the full fusion duration to do so. The wider implications. This analysis reveals fundamental differences in how each fusion operates strategically and tactically. Vegito represents peak offensive power, maximum strength in exchange for limited sustainability under extreme conditions. Every punch, every energy blast, every technique carries overwhelming force. Gogeta represents reliable combat effectiveness, strong enough to handle nearly any threat while maintaining relative stability throughout the fight. The fusion can fight at full power without worrying about premature diffusion disrupting battle plans. The creators designed these fusions with different strengths and tactical applications. Potara provides the absolute strongest warrior possible from two components, with the trade-off being either permanent fusion for Supreme Kais or potentially unstable duration under intense power usage for mortals. The fusion dance provides a powerful, reliable warrior who can fight at consistently high levels for a reasonably predictable duration, though extreme transformations can affect this. Neither fusion is objectively superior in all situations. Vegito excels when overwhelming power can achieve victory quickly. Gogeta excels when sustained combat against a powerful opponent requires consistency. Against Super Buu, Vegito's strategy involved getting absorbed rather than defeating Buu directly, so extreme power consumption remained manageable. Against Broly, Gogeta needed to fight seriously for several minutes, making fusion stability valuable. The relationship between Goku and Vegeta influences both fusions. Elder Kai specifically mentioned how fusing powerful rivals produces exceptional results. Whether this dynamic applies equally to both fusion methods or if Potara benefits more remains debated, as the specific statement was made in the context of Potara fusion. What remains clear is that Goku and Vegeta's individual strength and their relationship both contribute to making these fusions extraordinarily powerful. Drop a comment below on which fusion you think would win and why. Conclusion. The ultimate fusion. The evidence points to a specific conclusion. Vegito possesses greater raw power based on official statements and fusion mechanics. Guidebooks confirm Potara produces more power than the fusion dance. Elder Kai directly stated the Potara has a greater effect. The fusion method itself, not requiring power level equalization, gives Vegito a fundamental advantage in terms of pure strength. However, practical combat involves more than raw power. Time limits and fusion stability determine who remains standing when the fight ends. Vegito's fusion becomes unstable under extreme power usage, particularly when using Super Saiyan Blue. His fusion duration under intense combat conditions is significantly limited. Gogeta maintains his fusion for approximately 30 minutes, with greater stability than Vegito Blue demonstrates, though powerful transformations can affect both. In a fight between these two titans, Vegito would dominate initially. His superior power would put Gogeta on the defensive. The Spirit Sword, overwhelming physical strikes, and devastating energy attacks would push Gogeta to his limits. But if Gogeta survived the initial onslaught, fought defensively, endured the damage, and waited, Vegito would defuse first. The hypothetical ends with Goku and Vegeta standing separated, staring at Gogeta, who remains fused with time remaining. Vegito couldn't secure victory before the fusion expired. Gogeta wins through endurance rather than superior strength. This conclusion satisfies neither camp completely. Vegito fans can point to the clear power advantage and argue that with different circumstances, their champion would win. Gogeta fans can point to the actual outcome where their warrior stands victorious. Both perspectives hold merit. Vegito brings more power to every fight. The fusion mechanics confirm this. Gogeta brings more reliability to extended battles. The time limits and stability factors confirm this. Which matters more depends on the opponent, the situation, and the specific conditions of combat. The creators gave Dragon Ball fans two incredible fusions, each with distinct strengths and tactical considerations. Vegito represents the absolute peak of what Potara fusion can achieve: overwhelming power with the consideration of fusion stability under extreme conditions. Gogeta represents what the fusion dance can accomplish: tremendous strength with relatively stable, predictable duration. The real answer isn't which fusion is better. Both represent the pinnacle of what Goku and Vegeta can accomplish together. Both have saved their universe from extinction-level threats. Both embody the combined spirit and strength of Earth's two greatest defenders. The winner in a hypothetical battle comes down to whether Vegito can achieve victory before defusing. Based on established canon, particularly Vegito Blue's premature diffusion against fused Zamasu, and Gogeta's relatively stable fusion against Broly, Gogeta likely survives long enough for Vegito to separate, winning through endurance rather than overwhelming strength. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.